No, Adrian! I did it, but I gotta go fight in the Legion now! Legionnaire, released in 1998 and is directed by Peter MacDonald, who also directs such films like Rambo 3, The Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, The Never-Ending Story 3, and The Extreme Adventures of Super Dave. And this film is starring, of course, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Adewale Akinnuoye-Agbaje, Daniel Calderon, Nicholas Farrell, and Steven Birkoff. And the reason why we're talking about Legionnaire today is because it was a PayPal recommendation and donation from a big contributor and supporter of this channel, David Klimoff. Thank you very much for this recommendation. And Jean-Claude Van Damme has been recommended by you and several others on this channel for me, and I really appreciate it because I'm really liking this actor. I never really watched any of his stuff growing up. He wasn't one of the action stars that I clung on to, but here in my older years, going back and watching many of his films, like, this guy, I mean, he's not the greatest actor of all time, but he has subtlety about him. He has a way of conveying emotion on screen that a lot of other of these 80s action stars definitely couldn't. I'm really loving this performer. And apparently the Sultan at the end of this movie really likes him too, as he allows him to live. He's the only one to survive because he is, quote, strong. So thank you very much, David, for the recommendation. If anyone else out there also wants to be like David Klimoff and help support me and contribute to this channel, you can select the QR code that is in the bottom left corner of your screen right now. Send over your donation of $5 or more with your movie recommendation, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, and give you a little shout out, just like what I did with David here. Alain Lefray is a French boxer who was hired by a gangster to take a fall during his most recent match, but Alain decides to win the match instead and is now on the run from the gang. And in order to evade capture, he finds himself signing up for the French Foreign Legion and is deployed to Africa to help liberate stuff. So we get to see this boxer go through the training of becoming a soldier, and of course, you know, it's Jean-Claude Van Damme. He is the best at a lot of things, so he's able to overcome a lot of the bullies that he experiences in the army, bullies that are bullying him, or at least attempting to, and also bullying some of the other people that he's latching onto, and he's considering and becoming their friends. Another thing that just makes me really like this actor, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and the characters that he plays, because majority of them are of the same nature. They will latch on to other people who are also seen as outsiders, and he'll become friends with them. It makes me really like him. But he is also to show that he will never give up, and he will never surrender, especially when one of his friends gets sores on his feet while they're marching to their stronghold in the middle of the desert. So they were going to leave him for dead, but he's like, no, we must carry him. He must survive. So he picks him up and carries him along the way without drinking any water because they withheld it from him. These are characteristics of a hero, of a protagonist of a movie that really just gets your fist up in the air and you're chanting his name and you're rooting for him and you want him to succeed and to survive. And with a great protagonist, it just aids to this great story that I was really into. Like, I was really digging this. I was loving the story here. I was loving him and trying to seek redemption for what he tried to do, tried to take the gangster, the mob leader's girlfriend, and take her to America, you see. But because that didn't work out, now he's here trying to just spread his goodness across the French Foreign Legion, who's trying to do, like, good things. I was loving the story. I was loving all the action battles that we were getting at the stronghold. I'm loving this character. And hell, I'm loving all of the side characters, too. They are all playing off of each other very nicely. What really bothered me about this movie, and it didn't make it to where, like, this film is unwatchable and not enjoyable, but it definitely left a sour taste in my mouth because it's the last thing that happens in here. The movie, it just ends. Like, from out of nowhere. I said it in my Letterboxd review that this is one of the most unpoetic movies I have ever watched. Because like I said, the movie starts with him not throwing the fight. He wins the fight. He's going to take this girl to America and they're going to live happily ever after. But she's recaptured by the mob, and the mobster says, if you ever try that again, you're dead. And then he joins the army, and then it just becomes an army movie. But you would think that with the screenwriter, if they were showing us all of these things in the beginning, how they did not foreshadow to some type of conclusion in the end, I have no idea. Jean-Claude Van Damme is told by one of the people who were part of the gang who also joined the army. Like, oh yeah, she did make it to America. It's all good. And it's not like he got revenge on the entire mob that was coming after him. He's just the sole survival of his company, of this battle, and the enemy army just decides to let him live because he is, quote, strong. And that's where the movie ends. Just him alone in the desert, free to go back to the French Foreign Legion and join another company, or at least to tell the leaders to stop invading. Stop it. Stop it, sir. That is it. Like, this ending really angered me. It really pissed me off because I was enjoying everything up until that moment. I just wanted this film to go on for at least another 10-15 minutes. So if you're a fan of great action, great character, and great story when it comes to like war films, hey, this is the movie for you. But if you like a movie to have a nice, poetic, and just ending, or at least an ending that makes sense, you are not going to find that here, sorry. I'm going to give Legionnaire 3.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I am above average.
So guys, if you've seen Legionnaire, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across because of this video, then comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you all the next time I'm releasing next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.